Joined in the media center by current number 1 qualifier flying car, Matt Hagan, 3.858 at 330.80 miles per hour is the last time is a track record here. Matt, we saw a lot of pretty strong numbers that first session. You think the track had a little bit left in it, or are you guys happy what you put on the board?
I think obviously, you're grateful for what you got. There's a lot of great cars out there, and any of them could run a really good number. It was a crazy run. I couldn't get into reverse. We had strapped my seatbelts. My reverser falls in my middle right here, and we had strapped my seatbelts over top of my reverser. So I went out there and I did the burnout, and I'm like, where's the reverser at? It's not here anymore, So I was pulling pretty hard in there. It was like trying not to hold Robert up, and I was kind of freaking out. And you got these big sausage gloves on, and you're just like, where's it at? Where's it at? And like finally, I just start grabbing my belts and start ripping them as hard as I can to try to get the reverser to break free or come loose or whatever it's hung on. And finally, like about after the 4th or 5th, like just yank on it. That sounds really bad. It's
sausage, reverser.
Yeah. So I was yanking on it pretty hard, and it's just one of them deals where it finally came loose, and I was like, okay. So then got it in reverse, and then you have to kind of like gather your composure again, take a deep breath, and then you're still trying to hustle back to not hold Robert up, and get lined up and all that kind of stuff. And then the car, it washes out really hard. I'm over next to the wall, and I'm thinking, man, I should click this thing off. But then it finally starts to come back around, and it settles back down in the groove, and he's just digging. It's just running good. So, we got some more night sessions coming up. I'm sure everybody's going to be pressing hard. We got a lot to do, but it was just a wild run. It's one that I'll remember because that was definitely the first time that's ever happened to me. So that'll be next on the checklist is to make sure your reverser's not underneath your seatbelts.
He answered my question. Well,
I'm sure I'll get quoted by Bobby on about yanking on it.
That would be Larry. Your alleged yanking.
Is that maybe one of the strangest things that's ever happened to you in a car?
Oh man, I tell you what, if it can't happen, it's going to happen out there. It's not a matter of if, it's when with a funny car. There's been so much stuff that goes on in those cars, and some of it you try to forget, and some of it's just really memorable. But it was, that's why you crawl in them. You just never know what you're going to get. You never know what's going to happen, and that's what gets my blood pumping. That's what the excitement's all about, and I think that's what the fans love too. They never know what they're going to get to see.
Now that the record's at 382, how close are we to a 3.7 funny car run?
I think that you'll see 370s before the year's up. I mean, these crew chiefs are really down on these cars. Dickie went out there and he called his run tonight. He said, I'm going to run 85, and went out there and run 85. So, they're getting it really dialed in. It's close to the end of the year. They've had a lot of time to really hone in on what they're trying to do. That was a brand new race car for us. It's the first time we've been to the end. We went to the final in Brainerd, and we shook so hard that it broke the car apart. And we had to go put it back up on the jig, and I had to get my head right. It was just rattled so hard, but it was just metal and pieces falling off. Fire bottles were going off, and parachutes were coming out, and it was just probably the hardest shake I ever had. And we go back there to look at the car, and it's just all in pieces in the rear end and stuff. So we had to come out here to Indy and make a couple runs with this car, but we never went to the end. He put a new fuel system on it, and also a new manifold and some stuff. And so that's the first real lap that it's been to the end. We clicked it off. I clicked it off, testing it like at 700-800, and so we kind of knew where we were at with it, and it was running good. He was like, put it in the box, let's not mess with it. So. But the crew chiefs are getting really dialed in this time of year. The weather's coming around. You're going to see a lot of track like Reading and Charlotte and some different places that are going to just be, the air is going to be mine shaft stuff. It's going to be really tight, good racetracks. It's going to be hard to pick up to get in the 70s, but I think it's definitely possible. I think these crew chiefs give them another race or two, and I think that they'll probably push into that envelope where they might open up that door.
Brandon, you guys are hitting speeds now that they were hitting at the quarter mile. Are you concerned that at some point we're going to start seeing tire issues, or do you feel confident that NHRA is going to stay ahead of that kind of thing when it comes to the safety?
Yeah, obviously I'd like to see maybe Goodyear come out with a tire that you can run 350 with, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, these crew chiefs are going to make these cars go faster and faster and faster. The biggest problem we run into is real estate. We're going to give them stop, getting everything slowed down, shut down. You can't make the cars heavier because then you break through parachute. And what we're doing right now is putting the rev limiter on to slow them down. Well, that makes it, what people don't even realize, it makes it really dangerous for us as drivers. In 3 seconds they're on the rev limiter and then they start dropping cylinders. Well, then down there on the big end, I'm having to reel the car back in a funny car. I mean, it's a handful at the big end when it's got holes out down there. And then by the time you get it reeled back in, you're trying to, put your parachutes out and make sure the car's shut down and stop it. You're late doing that because you still got your hands full because you're so crossed up trying to keep it in your lane, So some of our fastest runs have been some of the runs that we just, I feel like I'm at the most risk because we have cylinders out because it's on a rev limiter so early. So there's not a great answer. Maybe the only answer is, maybe Goodyear comes up with something we run 350 with and let these crew chiefs do what they're going to do, what they know how to do, and that's run fast.
And you mentioned, the runoff, the amount of property for runoff. Still have fans who are just adamant, quarter mile. As a driver, would you feel comfortable back on a quarter-mile track?
No, I don't think so. These cars are so fast, they're covering so much ground now that, and I get it. Some of these fans, they're diehard, they're hardcore, they grew up watching quarter-mile racing, but I'll say this to them, they've never been on fire and you can't see where you're at and you need every inch of real estate to get this thing stopped. I think it's definitely a great move that NHRA made to give us another 320 feet to get these cars shut down. We're covering a lot of ground really fast nowadays, faster than we ever have in the history of the sport. And, you need all the real estate property that you can. So, I hate it for those folks that are disappointed, but, I enjoy walking around and seeing my kids and that kind of stuff too. I know what we do is dangerous, but I think that as long as NHRA keeps doing the things that they're doing to keep us safe, I won't keep crawling back in them.
I'm sorry.
How much fun are you guys having out there solving all these track records and just having these runs week after week?
It's phenomenal. You crawl in there and you put your mouthpiece in and you pull your belts down tight and you just, you can see it in your crew chief's eyes. He's like, it's going to go or it ain't going to go at all. You know what I mean? And when it goes, it's just, you put new records up on the board and it's not just us. There's a lot of cars out there that are all stacked in here. And I think this is going to be the most competitive countdown that we've seen, period, in the history of sport with funny cars. But just because there's probably, I'd say out of the 16 cars, there's probably a good 12 or 13 of them that can run what we're running every lap. You know what I mean? So it's not like we just have 4 or 5 cars that are just like so dominant and just running away with anything. We're all stacked in here, and I think that a lot of it's going to come down to just reaction time. No different than like when Pro Stock's so competitive. It's just who leaves start line first. That's the race. So, I'm really trying to get focused and bring my A game to that, so I can come out, and give us all that we can. But it's just going to be super competitive. I think these fans are going to have a show.
Does the chance of a 370 run put any concern or fear in your mind at all?
I'm kind of, we're the first ever to break into the 3 second zone, first to break into the 380 zone, and I'd love to be the first to break into the 370. So, I've been able, in my career, be around a lot of smart folks, driven individuals that put a great fast race car underneath me, and to be able to set those milestones in history that to be the first to do that, to be in the 390s and then the 380s, and I want to be the 370 guy too. You know what I mean? So to me, I'm excited. I'm pushing my crew chief. I'm like, come on, man. I know you're smart enough. You can do this. Let's get this done. So, but it's out there. It definitely is there. The technology's there. These crew chiefs are so smart, and they're always just rubbing on their stuff. So I think it's just a matter of the condition and the racetrack, and these guys just really getting it all set up and the stars line up and everything else. So it's got to be that perfect run.
Matt, you talked about people who criticize and say you guys should run the quarter mile on these cars. Have you ever thought about what maybe Scott told us thought about that day when that?
I can't even imagine to put myself in Scott's, in that situation or that place, or just with what even Connie had to go through and stuff like that. That's just it's unbearable to watch and it's unbearable to see. It's very unfortunate, and I think that unfortunately in most sports, period, stuff has to happen for change to happen, and that was just one of those things that was very, very unfortunate. that happened, but it brought upon change, and I think it was a change in a safer direction, you know, just because, you know, anybody that's upset about it, I said, here's the keys, brother, hop in it and see what you think, you know what I mean? So it's, it definitely, these cars are violent, they're fast, you know, but that's why we get paid to do what we do, but it's, you also have to keep safety in mind as well. So, you know, as much as I'm like to be wide open and gung-ho and woo-hoo, let's go do this, I still have a family to think about. I still have folks that I care about that I want to see tomorrow, you know. So, you know, it's great to be fast and loud, but you also have to be safe doing it too.
Okay, thank you.